All right. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of the ACKS Imperial Imprint actual play starring the Grey Brotherhood. In our last session, the Grey Brotherhood luckily had captured an orc with above average intelligence who spoke common, and they successfully intimidated him into spilling his secrets. He revealed that someone called the Lady Below ruled his tribe, which operated out of a place he called the Buried Temple. The orc said that the Lady Below was both beautiful and cruel, and would welcome the addition of adventurers to her evil cult. He offered to take the Brotherhood to the Buried Temple in the hopes of gaining a reward from the Lady Below. When the orc, who was more of a verbal thinker, was unable to give clear directions about forest navigation, the Brotherhood agreed to follow him. The venturer Castinus proposed that they should use the orc to infiltrate the Buried Temple and then treacherously slay his leaders by surprise. Everyone agreed that this was a good idea. Accordingly, they followed their orc prisoner into the deep Viespen forest. After a 2-day trek, they came to the Buried Temple on the morning of the 17th, and as their prisoner had warned them, it was guarded by a patrol of kobolds. At this point, the thief Avarice successfully lobbied the group for a change of plans, and instead of using the orc as a means of infiltration, they beheaded the hapless beastman and instead approached the kobolds without him. It was at this time that the Grey Brotherhood realized that nobody spoke the language of kobolds. Fortunately, Castinus was able to bribe their way into the facility with sign language, and they soon began to explore its strange interior. Past a hallway with creepy mosaics and through a courtyard with a ceiling so high as to be out of sight, they made their way into an area of the temple controlled by kobolds. They quickly dispatched a pair of kobold guards, but the battle cries of Higlak roused their comrades. Soon the Grey Brotherhood was attacked from its southern flank by a gang of 14 kobolds. Higlak and Gwynfor staged a bold defense, cutting down 6 of the kobolds, but were overwhelmed by archery fire and fell, with Gwynfor receiving a vicious puncture wound that has left him unconscious, and Higlak losing his ear to a savage barbed arrow. Dracula, the healer, attempted to rescue her fallen comrades, but a kobold warrior charged her and hacked off her lower jaw and tongue, killing her in an agonizing burst of blood, bone, and teeth. Tyrenius turned the tide by ensorcelling the kobolds with slumber, giving a chance for Avaro, Castinus, and Raman to rush to the flank and dispatch the remainder. It is now around 8 a.m. in the morning of 17th Fraulein, and the adventurers can hear sounds coming from the northwest, the scraping of wood and metal on stone. Okay, what you want to do?
All right, so we're not in initiative order anymore. And Higlak is pretty much incapacitated, correct?
He is. His condition is literally called incapacitated. So you can move at half speed, and you can move. Half speed. You can't fight.
Okay. And then I'm guessing I'm going to play Avarice since JY is not joining us.
You're going to go ahead and play Avarice. He's going to be your henchman going forward.
Okay. Okay, and you said that we are hearing something coming from the northwest. Is that correct?
Yep.
It's probably from beyond the sconces, which means we probably need to get moving. Castinus would be... I'll be playing Castinus until Sean gets here. Castinus is very much in favor of moving out.
I concur that we need to expeditiously retreat as fast as our wounded are able.
Okay, so You guys have regrouped. So the problem you have is that you have 2 people that you have Dracuma's body, if you want to carry it, and then you have Gwynfor's body, who is alive but unconscious. So at a minimum, someone has you have 15 stone of encumbrance or 7 stone of encumbrance across 2 people. So that will slow you down, but Higlak can't move very fast anyway, so that's probably fine. The question is, do you want to leave at exploration speed, which gives you a chance to detect traps, or do you want to move at combat speed and just get out of there as quickly as you can?
Or if we backtrack our steps, I think we're probably okay.
Go back the way we came, we should be okay.
Okay.
And I would say combat speed as best we can make it, since we're moving at half speed anyway. Is Higlak able to assist in carrying?
No.
Okay. So that basically leaves us with one person out of the group who is not burdened by carrying wounded.
Correct. Who do you want that to be?
I'm going to suggest Avro.
Avro says, I concur. My skills are far better used in war than manual labor.
And there should be two, actually, because there's Raymond, there's Cassinus, and there's Tyrannius.
Right.
Right.
And then there's Avro. So there should be two who don't have to carry anybody.
Okay. So there's Avro.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So who's carrying? Who's carrying Drachma?
I'll carry Drachma because I'm not very good in a fight.
Okay. So you've got Drachma slung over your shoulder. So you're going to be, that's 15 stone of encumbrance on you. So you're moving at 30 feet per round, which is the speed that Higlak's moving.
Okay.
Yeah, so the question is should Cassinus or Raymond? I think Raymond's a better fighter, but if we need to bluff through the kobolds, Cassinus is probably the better bluffer.
I would just go ahead and have Avarice carry Gwynfor.
That makes sense. Okay, so Avarice is carrying Gwynfor. Okay. All right, guys. I have taken it off of pause, and so you guys can go ahead and start moving your characters.
We need to go back north.
Are you able to move each other's characters?
I'm not able to move Avarice.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, and I can't move Castinus.
Yep. All right. So here's what we're going to do. Okay. All right. You guys should now be able to move everybody.
Yes, I can move Avarice now.
And Castinus, Jonathan, can you move Castinus now?
I'm not able to move him yet. I think I'm doing something wrong or it's not working yet.
Okay. Try now.
I can move Avro.
Oh, there. Yep, now I can. All right.
Okay, great. All right, so Castinus leads the way with his torch up to the north. So go ahead and move 30 feet for your movement this round.
How far is that? 3 squares?
That's 3 squares, yeah.
Okay.
All right, anybody else?
I'll backtrack a little bit so I can see who I can. Yeah, everyone else needs to follow. I can't help because I don't know. Hopefully you can see because I guess I'm carrying the torch and I moved around the corner. I couldn't see any of you. So.
Yeah. Is there any reason why we don't just light another torch?
I have no idea.
So I would like to light a torch.
You are carrying a body.
Okay, so I need both arms for that because I'm weak.
Yes.
Well,
Black will go ahead and light a torch since he's otherwise incapacitated.
Okay, so Higlak, you light up a torch. You are now carrying a torch.
Sweet.
Okay. All right. So up here where you guys are now, the sounds are clearly coming through this door to the west that the kobolds were guarding at the braziers. What you hear are the sounds of wood and metal scraping across stone.
Well, hopefully they're barricading themselves in as opposed to coming after. But regardless, we need to keep moving, right?
Probably so. Okay, keep moving.
All right.
but is this a wooden door behind us?
Yes, it's a wooden door.
Should we light it on fire, guys, before we go?
It won't easily burn. It's very old, thick, mold.
Oh.
Okay. Avro needs to be up there. Higlak coming in behind. Avarice pulling up the rear.
Raymond. I have in the right spot. I actually was not sure I had him in. Yeah.
It's all good.
All right, where to now?
All right. One here.
4 minutes. All right.
How long is each of these turns?
1 minute rounds, more or less.
1 minute.
All right, so you can see the looming statue up ahead.
I guess that's another 30 there.
Okay.
All right, through the door.
Pause right there.
At the door or where?
Back. Back there. Okay, the door's still open. All right, so
That's the turnings of fate.
okay.
Seriously.
So you guys have just gotten to here when this door opens and you see an orc has just pushed open the door. Behind him are 2 other orc warriors.
Which door?
The one
sorry,
I
I missed
opened
which one.
behind you.
Oh,
The one to the
okay.
north.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's going to be fun.
All right.
I'm
And
seeing if
so-
Cassius speaks orc. He does not. He speaks goblin.
okay. And one of the orcs says in crude common, "Oh,
All hail, lady below.
says Castinus. All right, Castinus,
Yes.
awesome. Give me a diplomacy check.
It's 2d6, right?
Yep. You're adding his charisma bonus +1 for diplomacy.
Is there a way to do that in this?
Yeah, just roll 2 dice. So it's type / roll 2d6 plus whatever those bonuses are.
So, see, so his charisma is +2, and what was the other bonus? So 1?
Diplomacy +1, so you're at +3.
Okay, +3.
Not bad.
Six +3 is
Well, it's a result of 3. Oh, no, it's 9.
9. Okay, so the orcs say, "You with lady below?" And they kind of look at Raymond, who is dressed in the resplendent white and purple robes with a holy symbol of Aminar. And they step forward.
We've just slain these fiends who dared violate the sanctuary, and we are going to go back. We're going to go to Turos Tem and infiltrate.
Oh, that's clever. Okay, that's clever, Jonathan. All right, give me another reaction roll to see if you've converted them over to your thinking.
Same everything?
Yep.
No. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay. And they say, clever. Okay. And they then head over here to this door and turn their backs on you to open up that door.
All right, we'll keep on walking. That's somebody else had our idea.
All right.
All right.
I'll take it back on pause. Keep walking.
Awesome.
That
Pause
was
for a second.
a little bit there. That was tense.
So Avros's gotten to that main door. It's at the limit of the torchlight.
Don't leave me behind, since I can't see.
We need another plan to get past the kobolds because I can't talk to them. So, any thoughts on that one?
It's going to be suspicious looking carrying these injured people out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wonder if
Yeah.
we can stick them in a sack or something and disguise them.
You do not have any specs big enough to do that, unfortunately. You could certainly spend a minute dismembering Drachima, but that would still leave you with an intact Gwyn 4.
Heavens no.
Yeah. And I'm
And that would,
going to go with her body being dismembered would be bad.
If we were going to do that, we'd just leave her here.
Right.
More gold?
Yeah, we can always try for more gold, and then I guess be prepared to fight if that doesn't work. But
Did I see the orcs make any kind of a sign of obeisance when we convinced them that we were at the favor of the Dark Lady?
No.
So there's nothing. So I can't think of anything, but it'd be nice if we could remember something that we have seen that we could give the sign, to these guys and be like, thumbs up. Yeah, here's the special sign.
Yeah, you didn't see any such sign.
Oh, well.
Good idea.
at least a pile of bull is pretty good, as long as we roll okay.
Okay, so let's see. So, Avarice, give me a hear noise check, please. A listen check. So,
You got it. Let me find that. Air noise. Oh, come on, man.
it should have been a blind anyway, but don't worry about it. Okay, all's well. What do you want to do?
I would say keep
Does anyone have a
moving.
better plan? Yeah,
All right, keep moving.
try to bribe if we can and fight if we can't.
Yeah, I think we just need to get out of here.
Sounds like a good plan to me. Okay. Drake, we are leaving. Okay, you guys are at the door.
Hang on, let me get everybody out here. There we go.
Is Avro carrying anybody? He probably shouldn't be, because he's probably the one who's best to take care of these.
Avro is unencumbered.
No, Avro.
Okay, good.
Avro? Yeah, Avro is unencumbered, right? Avarice is carrying.
Yeah.
And also the priest, the Crusader is unencumbered too, correct?
Crusader is unencumbered, that's right.
Okay. Probably should have those three in the front.
Okay.
By myself and the others. Is what I'm thinking.
Avro moves up then. Okay. Are you guys
That way, if we have to
push,
fight our way out.
Are you guys just going to push the big heavy doors open, or are you going to knock, or what do you want to do?
Just push them open.
So before we go through, I just want to point out that Avro would have picked up his spear after the fighting settled down.
That's fine,
He's no longer spearless.
of course. Okay, you guys push open the door. The kobolds are there, and they kind of whirl. So,
Well, hail the lady below. I know they don't speak it, but maybe they've heard other people say it.
okay, so you say all hail the lady below. All right, Jonathan, give me a reaction roll to see how they react to you. They're currently indifferent, but you are in their lair and looking a little suspicious because you're carrying badly wounded bodies with suspiciously kobold-sized puncture wounds. All right, you're just very, very confident right now, and they Octo.
All right.
Nice.
They let you through.
I'm walking at a stately pace. Nothing to see here, nothing wrong.
You guys have now made your way back into the dark and overgrown Viaspin Forest. Higlak is in no great shape for long-distance travel. Gwynfor, of course, can't travel at all. What do you want to do? It's only around, at this point, 8:10 in the morning.
I mean, we don't possess any healing capability that I'm aware of.
Until dawn, that's right.
Yeah.
So I say, even though we're burdened, we should keep moving. We do not want to remain within easy finding us distance in the event that the alarm is raised because we just slaughtered a bunch of kobolds.
Okay. You're able to move at a speed of about 1 mile per hour right now.
Okay.
That is to say, your movement rate has been reduced to 30 foot due to all the wounds and encumbrance. That translates to 6 miles per day or 1 mile per hour. So if you want to spend an hour traveling away from the temple, you can certainly do so. You could, if you'd like, try and push on beyond that. It's up to you.
Honestly, I would keep pushing until dark.
Well, the disadvantage with
that makes
pushing
sense.
is that when you're or not with pushing, but with traveling, is when you travel, you have a higher risk of random encounters than if you're stationary.
So I'm looking to see if I can find a well-traveled path leading away towards the road that doesn't, so we don't immediately leave an obvious trail.
Good call.
Sadly, none of you has any particular skill in tracking or passing without trace.
Okay.
Okay, so where we left off was you guys needed to decide what you thought was the bigger risk. Staying about a mile from the temple and resting, or pushing on.
Alex, can you give us some description of the environment that we're in? Are we in, decent cover and concealment, or do we need to,
Yes, so the Viaspin forest is a primeval forest of cedar, yew, and oak trees.
right?
It is wild and overgrown, and so you have ample access to cover if you want to try and find some place to hide.
Also, a second question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Ask yours first.
No, go ahead, Jonathan. I had a suggestion.
I'm thinking more about the healing. So for Higlak has to rest back at a real bed, correct? Before he can
No, he just needs to rest.
Okay, so if we rest here, for example,
Mm-hmm.
then Higlak would be good the next day.
Yeah, and Gwynfor would be conscious tomorrow.
And I forget his exact name. Raymond
Raymond.
would be able to do his healing on Gwynfor to keep him alive. So if that's true. Maybe do 1 mile into the woods and hunker down. Would be my
Agreed.
thought.
Okay. All right. So Castinus is a skilled expert traveler, so he finds a good place for you to hunker down, and you let the hours whittle away. Let's see what happens. The gods are not loving you guys.
I was about to say that's
Yeah.
either a really good roll or a really bad roll. There is no in between.
Significant.
Yeah, 6 black dragons.
Wow. Okay. So from where you guys are settled down, let's see. Okay. You see about 2 p.m. in the afternoon, you've been resting about 4 hours. You see a battered wagon pulled by 4 heavy draft horses, slowly winding its way through the woods. There are 6 men on light horses surrounding the wagon, a 7th man driving the wagon, and an 8th man who is heavily armed and armored sitting alongside the driver. The wagon looks to have recently been in a battle. There's dried blood spattered across its wheels and frame. The Castinus, being a venturer, is aware that the wagon is not heading towards any human settlement. In fact, it's heading away from the route that merchants would travel. He does not recognize any insignia of guilds or anything like that. The caravan or wagon does not seem to have noticed you. They are trotting past. What do you want to do?
Is it heading towards the temple, or is it going in different directions?
It certainly could be heading towards the temple. It's hard to gauge, but given you're a mile from the temple and they're passing you, it's a good bet.
My suggestion is we stay in place and do our best to hide and let these folks pass because we are in no condition to fight.
Okay.
Yeah, don't draw attention to us.
All right. The wagon slowly goes past. And one of the drivers says, "Did you hear something?" "Nah." And they roll on past. Okay. So by evening, around 6 p.m., Higlak, you've gotten 8 hours of rest. So you're beginning to feel better. And you're at 1 hit point, but you can now move and fight.
Okay.
Okay? So by morning, if you guys want to just continue to rest, then at 6 a.m., so 12 hours from now, the priest of Aminar will get his spells back.
Okay.
And Tyranius will too.
And Tyranius will too, and so will you, Gwyn. Oh no, Gwynfor won't because he's unconscious. But yes, but Tyranius, you certainly can.
So during this time, we've been sort of trying to maintain at least some watch, and no kobolds or anyone else from the temple have come tracking us, it appears.
It does not seem.
So I do feel reassured that we might be able to stay longer in this spot without being taken advantage of, because it feels like they should have been able to track us by now. We weren't going that fast or that far.
This is true, but let's also remember that the kobolds have dark vision and might decide to come at us at night and use that advantage.
Sure.
True.
And Dracula is probably going to get a little bit smelly if we don't get her to the temple here post haste.
So it's 6 p.m. What are you suggesting, Gwynfor, that we head our way onwards or stay?
Well, both Higlak and Avarice are going to say, let's stay the night and rest up so that if we do have any more encounters with folks, traveling through the forest, we stand a better chance. And Avarice is happy to keep an eye on things, so overnight.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah, I
good.
agree. Bad idea to travel at night when they have dark vision and we don't.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm not in favor of that.
Okay. So you guys chill for the night. Let's see what happens.
Now versus good at skulking.
All right.
Yep.
So the night passes uneventfully, and rosy-fingered dawn greets you from the east, and Raymond feels filled with divine power as he falls to his knees and prays to the god of the sun. Oh. Okay, so he has his powers back, and he has, at this point, 2 hours to heal Gwynfor back to 1 hit point. So Gwynfor, how many hit points are you at right now?
I believe I was at -2. Yeah.
Okay, so he's rolling 1d6 plus 1 to heal you. So anything but a 1.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
Never say that.
You're not supposed to say that.
Flashbacks from JY and the thumbs.
All right, make the roll.
So D6 plus 1, right? Oh,
Nice. Okay. All right.
very good.
So Gwynfor, you are now at 1 hit point. You are mobile at half speed. You need a week of bed rest to recover from your puncture wound to your lung. But you're at least not.
Okay, I was curious about that.
All right. And what is the status of Higlak?
Higlak's at 1 hit point, but can fight and move normally.
Even with the sleep?
That's because of the sleep.
Okay, because earlier when he got 8 hours of rest while hiding in the woods, he got 1 hit point back. So I'm just...
Correct, but at that point he hadn't just been incapacitated. So
Gotcha.
First you have to recover from incapacitation, and then you can start to heal. So Jonathan can't go above 1 hit point because he's incapacitated right now.
Oh, and I'm in incapacitated status for a week.
Yeah, exactly.
Got it.
Okay.
So Gwynfor can't move normal speed then?
No, he can only move at half speed. But he can at least move.
At least no one's carrying me.
Yeah, no one's carrying him.
Everyone has their arms free. Which means I can't fight as well, correct?
You cannot fight. That's correct. Sorry, Newton is texting.
And Higlak will go ahead and take the body of the healer, since he's still rocking 1 hit point, freeing up someone more able-bodied to fight.
Thank you. You can cast my spell.
Okay, well, let's
Sean just texted also. He said I'll be here in 5.
begin at 5. Okay, great. Well, let's
Yeah.
figure out what you guys are doing while we wait for those guys to join. So currently you're a mile from the buried temple. You're now mobile. You can travel at a speed of 6 miles per day, which is 1 hex. So it will take you 3 days to get to Turos Tem, which will not count as bed rest for Jonathan during that time period. And that's assuming you don't get lost or have any encounters. Alternatively, you could try and camp here for the week if you have rations. There's certainly there's certainly water available from streams and brooks. Or you could camp here and forage. It's up to you.
Both of we have rations. I think I had a week's worth, and we've already burned through some of those.
Mm-hmm. You guys have burned through 2 days of rations right now. So, well, I guess now at this point, 3 days.
Yeah. I would say let's go ahead and keep moving, because the longer we stay here, the more opportunity for being discovered.
Yep. Okay, so I see Newton is now visible on camera, and James that we're seeing there is actually Newton logging with his phone as James.
Gotcha.
Sweet.
I see.
All right, well, guys, what direction do you want to head?
What was we were in Turos Tem earlier?
Turos Tem is where you've been assigned your mission, yes.
Okay. I would suggest returning there, because at that point we can at least drop off the body of our brave, healer who, was slain so quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we can either go south or southeast, and either one of those will do.
Yeah. I would just suggest go south and then move directly southeast, breaking out of the woods, making a beeline for Turos Tem.
Okay.
One benefit of maybe southeast is actually that brings us closer to the road quicker, so we might be able to move a little bit faster.
Okay.
I mean, it's 3 hexes either way.
Okay. Well, while Newton is sorting that out, it sounds like you guys wanted to head southeast to get closer to the road more quickly.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, maybe we can seek help from some traveler on the road.
All right. So I'm going to roll to see if you guys get lost. It's going to be a private jam roll, so you won't see the results. Our fans who are viewing will. Fortunately, it's anything but a 1, because Castinus has both navigation and pathfinder.
Just don't say it.
Okay.
You already did.
So
I know.
So Castinus steers you what he thinks is the correct direction, and so I've moved you southeast, thinking because you guys think you've moved southeast. You haven't quite made it to the edge of the forest yet, but you believe it's close. And as sun begins to set on the 18th of your day of travel, it's been a warm 83 degrees Fahrenheit, overcast with moderate winds.
This lady is not
Sounds
smelling that
lonely.
good.
I see Sean's flipping, so I think she's about to join us. Oh, there's Sean.
Yep. Sean has just joined. Okay. So, Sean, the group managed to make its escape from the buried temple, and by bluffing past a random encounter with orcs and bluffing past the kobold guards, and has rested for a day, saved Gwynfor's life, and is now en route back to Turos Tem.
Okay,
It's
great.
nice bluffing.
Can you? Who did it?
You did.
You did it.
Yeah, Jonathan played you and rolled 12 on 2 occasions.
Oh,
Yeah, just amazing.
I'll just sign off then, and we'll be good.
Oh, no.
Okay. So,
We're trying to 9 plus 3 is not double boxcars.
all right, so you guys settle down for the evening, and fortunately for you, it passes uneventfully. It is now the morning of the 19th. And it looks like it's going to be a hot day. We'll probably climb up to about 90 degrees. Drachima is going to be unpleasantly stinky as her body begins to rot and decompose. It'll be mostly cloudy with gentle winds. What direction do you wish to
Are we heading back to Turos Tem?
Yeah. So southwest again, they make the road.
You mean
Guys,
southeast?
should we give this
southeast, sorry.
healer her a decent burial?
Yep.
Or are we going to try to bring her? We're continuing to bring her back.
I say if we can bring her back, let's bring her back because I think it would mean a lot to the rest of her group if we made the effort, stink though she may be, to get her back to Turos Tem.
Yeah, we're almost there. So
Okay. Who wants to carry her today?
Higlak will continue to carry her since
barbarian senses are probably better attuned to that smell anyway, right?
right, and he's also feeling like he would not stand up very long in a battle, so he might as well be useful by freeing up other people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so actually, Higlak, you heal. Oh, you don't because you're not under the care of a healer anymore. Sorry. Okay. By traveling on the 19th to the southeast with Castinus navigating, you have no problem making your way to the road. The forest gives way to the hilly scrubland that marks the territory of southern Argolay. And as the sun begins to wester and dim to red and the heat of the day fades away, you make it to the Aran Road, beautiful paved road. And you can see a fire burning in a watchtower, perhaps a half mile away.
I say we should signal them for help since that's still a half day's travel for us.
A half mile? No, a half mile is 30 minutes. Joe.
Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Can.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Great.
That was an adventure in and of itself.
Well, we're glad you made it, Newton.
Wow. Is it
Not the same
possible?
without your war cries, Newton.
All right. Well, I guess we can't seem to reach Newton. What did you guys want to do? So, as a reminder, you're on the road. You can see a watchtower about a half mile away on the road.
I say move towards the watchtower and see if we can get some aid.
I still think it's worth trying to signal them and see if they can come out and meet us rather than having to go all the way there. But at least alert them to our presence and have them prepare.
How do you wish to do that?
I can go. I can approach.
Yeah, it's true. Castinus has not overly exerted himself today. He's been moving at the slow pace of the wounded.
And you can take Alvaro with you, perhaps, because he's obviously a legionnaire.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would know him.
Okay. Yep. That's what we'll do. The two of us will openly and non-threateningly approach the watchtower. Obviously, looking for to make to gain attention.
Okay. So the watchtower is a two-story affair made of wood that's then been plastered over in the Aran fashion. The flag of the winged sun is flying from the watchtower. And as you guys approach, one of the guards calls out and says, "Well met! Dangerous to be traveling at night."
Well met, soldiers. Yes, we are adventurers under the leadership of the legate from Turos Tem. We have wounded with us. Can you help us this night?
Yeah, of course. We're with Legate Valerian's men. Actually, the fort is only about 6 miles to the south from here. If you just follow the road, do you need a place to stay tonight here in the tower?
We do, and so we can make the trip tomorrow.
All right. Well, are your men able to travel, or do you need us to come carry?
If you can spare one or two to come carry the wounded and the dead, that would be great.
Okay.
There's only one who's being carried now. Or actually, only the dead's being wounded,
yeah,
being carried
and
now.
then
So.
wounded is
Okay.
being helped along. Okay, so one of the legionaries.
I'm walking.
One of the legionaries throws down the ladder, shimmies down, and hustles up next to you, and he says, "I'm Legionary Destrius. Welcome. Take me to your friends. I'm happy to help."
Well met. Please follow me.
Okay. So Legionary Destrius joins you guys. So it's been about an hour, and then it's another 30 minutes or so to get back to the watchtower. So the guards throw down the ladder for you. You scale up, and then inside the watchtower, it has a bottom floor, which has some bedrolls, foodstuffs, wine, things like that. So the guards say, "We're on duty, but there's a off duty down there as well. Make yourself at home. Have some rations. Rest up."
Okay. Many thanks to you.
Oh, thank you. You must be that group that set off into the forest on the Legate's foolhardy mission.
That would be us.
Better you than us. And they all laugh. Avro's like, "Yeah, it was a bad call." Okay, so the night passes, and it is now the morning of the 20th. You guys can make it to Turos Tem today.
Okay.
Behind the tower does not count as rest either, even though it's in a nice place because we traveled. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
All right. So the next day, you guys make it down to Turos Tem. You're met at the gate by the subaltern, who is the girl that looks like she has a little bit of elven blood. And she sees you carrying the stricken drachma, and her face falls. And she says, "I'll go get Priestess Jenelyn." Little old lady, Priestess Jenelyn, comes hustling out, and she says, "Oh, no! Oh, how did she die?"
And I gently carried her over. She died saving my life.
She did.
And mine. I owe her everything.
Then she looks down, and then she looks up at you, and instrumental music swells, and she says, "Earn this."
The rest of my life.
Every day.
I have always been drawn more towards. Oh, I've got to get the names here. Amon Arne, but this moment I feel drawn towards Damara.
She says, "Well, I'm taking her now to the Temple of Damara in the center of the hospital. We will cremate her in the morning."
We can go and offer prayers and be part of the service, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I guess I'll also beseech the priestess on behalf of the wounded characters. Say, priestess, and our mission was fraught with danger, and we do have some seriously wounded.
Okay. So the priestess says, "Of course, I'll make hospital beds available for Gwynfor to recover during the week, and Adara can attend to him each day until he's recovered." Adara being the other hospitalist who refused to go with you on the adventure. Wisely so, apparently.
Wisely so.
Okay, so I just quickly wrote a little message to Newton so he knows what's going on. And at this point, unless you guys want to set off without Gwynfor, we would just advance the clock by 7 days so that Gwynfor is recovered.
While we're here, I would assume that that some of us could update the legate on what's going on, on our progress, give him a briefing.
Absolutely.
But
you want to talk to the legate?
That might be
Yes.
Newton that does that. He'd be the more trustworthy one. What Alex, what I would like to do is speak with the guild master and ultimately try to get a loan from him.
Ah, okay.
because I think we need some more supplies.
And firepower.
So guys, hear me out with this. If we can't find any more healers or maybe someone else to join us here, we might be able to. It'll take us a little while, and we could also do this while Gwynfor is recovering. Is make a recruiting mission to Turos Aster, see if we can find someone there, and then return.
One thought long term, which is, I mean, I think that's a great idea, but one thought maybe as far as which our future campaign plans might be, is maybe instead of going directly back to the temple, we try some smaller prize. The Guildmaster, I believe is the merchant missing wagon, that was on the road heading west towards Ciudadanos, and so maybe that should be our next goal as opposed to for the temple.
Well, you guys just saw what happens to the wagons.
Oh, those were the wagons. Oh man, that stinks. We were hiding and recovering.
So close to them.
And we saw the wagons roll by going to the temple, and of course we had no way to stop them. Never mind.
Well, one thing that I would like to do in our week of while we wait for our companion to recover is I'd like to do some foraging and attempt to brew some healing potion, some poultice or something. So I'd like to spend most of my time during that week foraging for healing herbs.
Let me take a look at your character here.
Using my naturalism ability.
Yes, you have naturalism. Okay, that is cool. All right, so Terenius is gonna forage for healing herbs, and Castinus is going to go try and get a loan. So Castinus, let us start with you.
Okay. I don't remember the Guildmaster, but I'd like to go visit him. So Gwynfor and Higlak, are they both in the hospital?
Gwynfor is in the hospital. Higlak is not. He can travel with you if you want.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, come on.
I'll go with them.
All right. He's just got a big bandage on the side of his head from where his ear is gone.
I'm just feeling a little bit more holy.
Ouch. Okay. So the Guildmaster's name is it's Guildmaster Arapos.
That's right, Arapos.
Arapos Karanos. You met him down in the Forum. So you traveled down the hill from Turos Tem to the Forum on the 21st, and he's easy to spot because he sits in the middle of the Forum on a table doing weights and measures, meeting with other merchants, verifying transactions, things like that. He raises his hand as you arrive.
Say, Guildmaster, can we take some time, sit with you, and discuss a proposition?
Please, sit.
So myself and Higlak, we sit down and we regale, the last few days, what's happened, and so how we came back with with casualty for the temple, and so I say, look, as a businessman to a businessman, I ask you for a loan of 150 gold pieces for us to re-equip ourselves and us to hire more associates for the next mission. Can you help us with this?
Okay. So to convince him of a loan, you need a friendly reaction roll. You get +1 because you're a venturer. You get +1 because you have a rank of bargaining. +2 for your charisma, so you're at +4. And you need a 12 or higher. So 8 or higher on 2 6-sided dice gets you the loan.
What's the, I always forget, the dash first thing?
Slash roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Looks like we lost Newton again. He says, my friend, I'd like to give you a loan, but do you have any collateral whatsoever?
Oof.
No, but I could offer you. But if you loan us 150 gold pieces now, we will repay you 300 in 1 week's time.
Okay. So when he sees that, his eyes light up, and he looks down at the paperwork he had been preparing, which had the 9% interest rate, tears that up, throws that over his shoulder, and says, "Excellent, excellent terms. Yes. Okay." And you guys.
I'm glad I'm not there for that.
You guys spend the rest of the day drawing up the paperwork, and he hands you over 150 gold.
Okay. Oropos, is there a contact? Is there anyone in Turos Aster that you would recommend us, or even offer a letter of introduction for us to take with us?
Turos Aster? What are you going to Turos Aster for? You owe me 300 gold pieces. Get back in the forest.
While the rest of our crew is.
Oh, Sean, you just went silent. Did everyone else lose Sean?
Consumer. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now, Sean.
Okay. I said, while teammates are resting, we have to recruit some more muscle.
All right, he says, well, I don't much like him, but you could certainly reach out to Guildmaster Articles Molecules at the Turos Aster Forum.
Okay. Thank you.
I have a question. Is Turos Aster under the same legate? Is it a subfort, or does it have its own legate?
Each fort has its own legate.
Okay. So they're peers?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's check out what happens to our hapless wizard who is out naturalizing.
By the way, I'm not hapless yet.
That's correct. Okay.
Just wait till I roll, then you can say that.
All right, so what type of healing herbs do you wish to try and find?
I'm sorry, I don't have that on my character sheet, so I was just trying to find it, and I haven't got to that section yet in the rules. So, do you have suggestions?
Comfrey is usually
What I might-
Comfrey is usually the best one to go for.
Okay. So, we have some comfrey, right?
Yeah.
So, it's just, earlier when we were talking about this, we said that none of us knew what to do with it.
That's correct.
Was it-
None of you are trained healers, unfortunately.
Okay.
So
Could
you're the equivalent of a pharmacist who's not a doctor.
Could you walk me through that a little bit in the sense of how the naturalism or ability works? Because it says I can gather a stone of fresh plants enough to extract 1 dose of poison or healing herbs.
Mm-hmm.
So I was conflating that I would know how to turn it into something for healing herbs. Like I'd be able to create a healing potion. Are you saying I can't, or do I need to do something different for that?
No, you know how to do it. You just don't really know how to effectively apply the poultice in such a way as to actually help the patient rather than accidentally poison them or hurt them or make it worse.
Okay.
So you can make the poultice, you just can't use it.
So basically what you're saying, Alex, is that Willie knows how to make a first aid kit, just doesn't know how to use a first aid kit.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I'll go for that. Since I haven't had time to get to that point and find anything as an alternative that strikes my fancy. So let's go with some more comfrey then. So
Well,
I
the
will
alternative
go.
is
Right.
poison, in which you could try and find poison
Well-
and use that to poison weapons and shit.
No, I was looking for a healing. So you're saying that there's only one healing herb?
No, there's 15 different healing herbs, but comfrey is generally the best one at low levels because it gives you, it's like a mini healing potion.
Sure. Okay.
Like there's
Yeah.
others that help you against poison. There's ones that help you against burn recovery. There's 15 different healing herbs.
Okay. Oh yeah, so let's go with that then. That sounds like something worth harvesting.
All right, so you just need to make a d20 roll for me.
Okay, just straight up.
Mhm. All right, you needed an 11, you got an 11. So at the end of the week,
Oh.
you'll have gotten one more comfort.
Awesome.
All right, so over to you, Sean. You've now got 150 gold, and he has given you the name of the guildsmaster at Turos Aster.
Okay, so this has been about 1 day, correct?
Yeah,
We're
that's
still
1
on
day, yeah.
still on day 1. Okay, how long does Gwynfor need to rest?
He needs 6 more days of rest.
Okay.
I'm going to spend my time resting, telling the priestesses of Dracuma's life, and also learning more about their temple. Since I've always been more of the sun approach,
Okay.
and I'm now feeling guilty and whatnot. So I'm just, I'm not really looking for anything out of that. Just role playing kind of a thing. That's what my character is doing and keeping busy.
And I'm just going to be casting some muscle for right now.
Okay. Has Newton had any luck? He doesn't even seem to be looking at the screen. So.
Yeah.
All right, so Sean, you wanted to make your way to Turos Aster?
Well, I'll put it up to the group on day 2. Let's see, it's like 6. We could, it would be about a 2.5 day turnaround, right? That looks kind of like what it's going to be to Turos Aster, recruit, and come back.
So it's a road, so you get 50% speed bonus. You guys have movement rate of 18 miles a day, so it's a 1 day walk to Turos Aster,
Yeah.
and then a 1 day walk back, and then in between you can try and hire some people. So yeah, 2 days.
Yeah.
3 days if you spend a day at Turos Aster.
Castus, I do think that's a good idea to try to widen our reach, see if we can find any other henchmen or maybe even volunteers for the glory and the gold.
No. We have to get a healer.
Yes.
That is. The rest of the group, while we're still here in Turos Tem, we could ask the priestess again. I get the feeling that that's probably not an option, but any thoughts there?
I doubt it's an option. I mean, we have a couple of days, and the one who died, and I doubt the other one's going to want to go. I mean, you certainly can try, but I don't know.
Okay, then I think Tyranius and Gwynfor are staying in Turos Tem, and then the 3 of us with the henchmen are going to go to Turos Aster.
Makes sense to me.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So then on the 22nd, you guys head out for Turos Aster. It's another hot day with the temperature over 90 degrees. So it's sweltering. But you make good time. There's no rain or anything. And Turos Aster comes into sight. And how did you guys get
It just jumped a moment ago. I don't know how it happened.
Okay. All right. So you get to Turos Aster, which, like Turos Tem, overlooks a ford in the Chrysivore River and is grimly close to the Borderlands. All right. So when you get to Turos Aster, do you want to go straight to the fort, or do you want to ask around town? Remember, the forts are up on the hills, and then there's like towns at the base of the hill.
I'm going to say we go to the fort, try to find and try to recruit kind of the same thing, kind of another henchman and a healer. Thoughts?
I concur. I definitely think in terms of henchmen, an archer would probably be a good
Yeah.
bit to deal with, especially if we're going back in. We probably aren't going to have as much luck getting past the kobold sentries. So having some ranged fire would be quite useful.
Before you left, I would have recommended also a second legionnaire, because legionnaires can use spears.
Oh yeah.
And so if we have two in the second rank.
Yep.
Good choice.
Okay, so Alex, to the fort, to the military equivalent here at Turos Aster.
Okay.
So Tyrenius emphasizes to the rest of the group as we're approaching the fort that our supply of funds is limited, gentlemen, and perhaps we could try to engage them in some games of chance or some other means to ensnare them rather than promise them the gold that we so dearly need ourselves.
Well, most of them, the only reason we had to pay extra for Avro is we rolled really badly. Most of them will start, if I understand how it works correctly. They'll start working for. I'm out of character.
I know.
You only have to pay at the end of the month, and so we should be able to hire now and pay the piper later. But of course, we've already got one piper to pay. So
Well, what if we wanted to?
Bankruptcy.
Do you think we might be able to purchase some kind of a healing herb or something, or some kind of immediate potion that can be applied by somebody without healing skills?
Healing potions cost 500 to 1,000 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I would know that and not ask that dumb question. But I'm leery.
YouTube from yesterday. This would be one of those things that the player doesn't know, but the character does.
Yeah, I'm just leery to lose my last dwindling, slender pouch of gold.
Correct. But Castidus just got 150 gold. So
That's true.
Yep. Okay. Let's go to the parade ground.
okay. So you then, instead of going to the fort, you head directly to the parade ground, and
I thought that was the where we would introduce ourselves to the leadership.
So you see the men of the Legion are hard at work drilling. You see the legate of the fort is looking on. As with Turos Tem, the number of soldiers is quite limited because many of them have been pulled to the west to fight the Skysovs. As you approach, a subaltern with a large scar across his nose turns from training the troops and trots over towards you. And he says, "Well met. What can we do for you? We're in the midst of training right now."
Well met. My name is Castidus. We are under orders from the legate of Turos Tem to assist in ridding the borderlands of raids of the Beastmen. We've come to recruit We've come to recruit more soldiers and to more soldiers for our band for the mission. Do we have your permission?
You'll have to ask the legate. And
very well.
He says, "Wait here." He goes over. All right, and the legate makes his way over towards you. So he looks to be Nichian. He is olive-skinned, somewhat hairy, short man, about 5 foot 8 inches tall, but muscular. And he says, "Have you come to do something about my bugbear problem?"
Legate, we don't know about this. We are on a mission from Turos Tem into the Viaspen forest.
I keep posting it on the damn mercenary guild house. Did someone take my? Anyway, you're from Turos Tem?
Well, we're from Ciudadanos, but we've been operating from Turos Tem.
Oh, I see. Yeah, a lot of problems that way. Convoys have been raided. Beastmen in the forest, I hear. But that is what they call a legate Valyrian problem. I have my own problems.
Well, Leggett, tell us of your problems.
Well, if you're up on the fort and you look across the ford, you can actually see the ruins of an old Imperial fortress over there. It's been abandoned for centuries, but we used to use it as a staging area when we would do patrols on the far side of the river. Troops got pulled west for the Skysos War, and we stopped the patrols for a while. And unfortunately, some beastmen have moved in. Big hairy ones, bugbears. Scary guys. We haven't been able to dislodge him. And frankly, with this few troops, I don't think we have the fighting power to dislodge him. So I told the Mercenaries Guild, let the troops know any crazy or bold adventurers that want to cross the ford and take out the bugbears are welcome to reclaim that fortress for the Empire.
I see.
Right? Yeah.
We were unaware of that.
Well, now you know. Tell your friends. Ruined Imperial Fortress available for anyone who wants to claim it.
Leggett,
Are we out there?
Do we have your permission to recruit some men into our band?
My men? No. But you're welcome to recruit in my town.
Okay. What about anyone from the hospital?
Hospital? You want to take our healers from us?
Are there any that might be willing to go?
He says, if I let you talk to them, do you pledge on your honor to work on this bugbear problem for me down the road?
Leggett, we have pledged our service to rid the problem of the Viaspen forest, but
well, once you've finished that, then why don't you come back and we can talk about what I can do for you. But you're welcome to use my town.
Yes.
And I look at the legate and say, as long as we can keep the fortress if we clear it out.
Well, you can keep it by swearing fealty to me as one of the Castellans of the Empire. Yes, that's the idea.
How many bugbears are there? How many have you seen?
Yes. Good question.
I reckon there's probably 100 or so.
I see. Do they venture across the river, or do they stay on the other side?
Oh yeah, they tried to venture across the river 2 times. We shot them off with arrows, but that's how I know there's a lot of them.
I see.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it was a bad call by the Emperor pulling out all the troops for the Skysos. I mean, I don't even give a shit about Cimmeria. We've got beastmen coming out of our ears here. It's a bad call.
Well, okay. Then we would like to go to the hospital and see if any are willing to join our quest.
Nope. Not going to let you go to my hospital until you're here to deal with my bugbear problem. But you're welcome to go to town and recruit folks there.
Understood.
He scowls at you.
Understood.
Would you assign a detachment of soldiers to assist in this clearing?
No. That's the whole point. I don't have enough soldiers as it is. The last thing I need is for them to get butchered by bugbears. These things are dangerous.
Mm.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that offer, Leggett.
Yeah. Good luck.
Okay, I think to the party. I think the only thing that we've got left is to try in town.
Yep.
Maybe we'll find someone At a tavern or something.
Yep.
Find some drunkards and recruit them before
Yeah.
they know what's what.
Like, let's hope for a sawbone, right?
Yeah. Medical mistake, down on his luck, in his
Yep.
cups.
He said there's a mercenary guild in town, so maybe there's mercenaries there.
And they're
Good. Okay. So Alex, I think the first one we're going to hit is if there's a mercenary guild or outpost in Turos Aster, and then we'll spend some time at the taverns, at the inns, etc., looking for henchmen.
No, there's no mercenary guild house in Turos Aster. He must have meant in Ciudadanos.
Okay.
So head into the inn.
Yep. Wherever we would try to find some other.
Okay. So
Yes.
normally there are which 3 would be available in the first week, and so that is okay. So it can take a couple days of trolling through the taverns and inns to find people. So do you want to do that and spend some time, or are you just going to look and see if there's someone there today, and if not, move on?
Well, what do you guys think? Maybe spend 2 days.
I'm going to continue my search for herbs for the full week, and we have time to kill.
Yeah.
So yeah, we should take advantage of that, unless someone has another idea where we need to move on somewhere. I don't know if we can strategize some way to clear out that fortress. That seems like a tall order.
It does. It does.
We don't have any cannoneers or anyone else like that, do we?
I mean,
No one wanted to play a dwarf.
Yeah.
hey,
Okay.
Well,
cannons are just
you're okay
awkward.
You're okay with giving it a couple days.
Yeah, I think we'll do two days.
Okay, great. So you start asking around in town, and so it's going to cost a little bit to recruit, which is the cost of buying drinks and things like that. And that will be, all right, so 4 gold pieces. Remove that from your total.
Okay.
Let's see. Pulling up the list of NPCs. Okay, so you on the first day, you interview a lot of candidates who some are doing it on a bear, some are drunk. None of them seems particularly like someone who would survive 30 seconds on an adventure until a fellow shows up who is of relatively impressive size, and he is wearing leather armor, and he is carrying a large wood axe over his shoulder. And he comes forward and he says, "Hey, I heard from the barkeep that you're looking for a henchman."
This is true. Come and join us. Let's discuss further.
Okay. He sits down, smiles at you. He's missing a tooth. He looks to be a Nietzschean man. He has a thick, curly beard. His hands are very, very calloused. And he says, "I can't say that I've done a lot of adventuring, but I've been in the forest more than a bit. I'm a lumberjack, pretty good with an axe."
What other are you familiar with Familiar with the forest? Familiar with how to survive, hunting, etc.?
No, but I'm pretty familiar with chopping down trees, and I figure chopping down people can't be too dissimilar.
What
Maybe it'd pay better.
What about cooking? What about healing? Any other skills that you can bring to the group?
Well, I don't mind hard labor. I can work 12 hours a day. Know how to keep my axe pretty sharp.
Do you know this area at all? How long have you been here?
Well, I mean, I reckon I know it okay. Mostly just chop at the perimeter of the Vias Bend. Only the crazy people go in deep, you know. Oh, I guess I shouldn't say that. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to out of game explain here. So
What?
you're
Okay.
in a small town. So when you recruit for henchmen, you get a mix of characters of different levels based on the size of the town.
Yeah.
So this is a guy who's 0th level. He doesn't have a character class yet. So
Yeah.
he's cheap to recruit. He will not have very many hit points or many skills, but he might survive and advance into becoming a leveled character. So so typically it takes 1 week to find half the henchmen in a given town. So you've spent 1 day and have found one guy. So
And if I'm reading you as well, that he's cheap, and that if he doesn't survive, he's cannon fodder.
correct.
Got it.
Don't say that to him.
Unscrupulous adventurers may often hire many 0th level characters. But some people tend to be like, nah, I don't want any 0th levels, and so they just don't do it. Another thing you can think about, since we're talking about it, is that some adventurers find valuable is that instead of or in addition to hiring henchmen, they purchase war dogs or hunting dogs, which can be good combatants in a fight. The downside is it's a little harder to be sneaky when you've got a bunch of dogs with you.
I mean, sneaky isn't really my thing.
Yeah.
I don't know that I relish the idea of going into the forest with a bunch of baying hounds along with us, giving away our every position.
Fair point.
Although I like the idea of having dogs. That seems very helpful. You can let them go and they'll chase things down and kill them.
Well,
It's a toss-up.
I'd say to the group, I say let's take this guy. Let's try again tomorrow, and let's also do some shopping for some more stuff. Piglak, what you got?
Before we take it, we need to negotiate this woodsman's salary.
Okay.
So, what is he asking?
I guess I'd like 4 silver pieces a day. No, wait. 5 silver pieces a day.
And I look at him and said, all right, let me see your axe.
Okay. So he shows you his axe.
Is it sharp and well maintained?
It is.
Okay. And I look back at Cassinus and nod.
I'm going to try to take him back down to 4 silver pieces per day.
Okay. Make the roll to recruit. Well, you drive a hard bargain, but never was one for counting coin. 4 silver pieces a day will do for me, at least for now. I reckon when I get more experience, I should get paid better. And also, there's a share of the treasure in it, right? At least a half share. That's standard.
Yeah, that's standard. Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'm your man.
Okay. Hopefully we can find another one the next day.
Okay. So his name is Lucebalus Spenian, and I will.
Maybe he can spar with Higlak over the course of the next day while we.
I can train him.
Yeah. Exactly.
That is something that I can do.
Yep. All right. So I have put Lucebalus, so you can now see his stats. So because of your exceptionally good recruitment roll there, he starts off with a base loyalty of 3 to you, Castabus.
Okay.
So he is a 0 level fighter at negative 500 experience points, but his stats are not bad. He's just not very charismatic. Okay.
I have a question for the judge then. This is also sort of out of character. Does ACKS cover any other downtime related activities that we might want to be aware of or take part in? Because essentially what I understand is Win4 has about a week of recovery time for bed rest, 2 days to get to Turos Aster and back, leaves us 5 days where we might as well stay and continue to try to recruit. I don't know if there's a value in leaving and going back early, since we've already recruited out, we've worn out our welcome at Turos Tem. So I'm wondering what else might we want to do. So besides, like, I'm foraging for herbs, but that's not like 100% of the time all day.
That's your primary. That's your primary activity for the day. So you have about 2 hours a day. You could do other stuff.
And then the rest of the party, like, I'm just like wondering what other viable things might we want to do besides just fast forward 5 more days or 3 more days.
One of the things you can do is train. So if there's a general proficiency you wanted to learn, you could hire someone to train you. Let's see, at your guys' level. Your priest could cast spells each day to earn goodwill among the commoners and start to build congregants to his faith. If you had access to a library, you could copy scrolls down, things like that. I would say generally you either want to be, in your circumstances, like training is probably a pretty good thing, is to pick a general proficiency you want to work towards. You know, it takes many, many days of training to get one, so.
I have a follow-up question for that. Since I'm on bed rest pretty much, I can't do any of that. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And I'm mostly out of the picture too then, because I'm spending my time roaming around the nearby countryside looking for herbs.
Is Avarice still with us?
Yeah, Avarice is with us.
Okay.
Yeah, he's with us. He's
and so is Amro.
So what do you? So tell me what you think about this. What if we snuck across the river and tried to just like take out 1 or 2 of those, like see how bad it really is? Like obviously, you know, we're not going to take it over, but what if we just, because it's so close?
You mean scout or actually engage?
No, just like a little scout.
That seems potentially worthwhile for someone like Avarice. I was thinking more consuming the downtime with something like stat building, skill building kind of thing. But yeah, that's another option. We do need to understand if the bugbear threat, how big it actually is.
Well, he told you there's 100 bugbears. Bugbears are quite powerful. They're just a little shy of the power of ogres.
Yeah.
Maybe beyond the level 1 party which got rocked by kobolds.
Yeah, I know. I remember. Got to remember that.
Yes, that is a correct assessment, Jonathan.
Yeah. Okay, I guess we'll spend a total of 3 days recruiting, etc. in Turos Aster.
Okay, cool.
Huh?
So
Likely spend as long as you want. I mean, just arrive back on the 7th day when I recover, right? So that would
Kind of what I'm wondering.
as
Why
many as
not just
5
spend
days,
5
right?
days?
I mean,
Yeah.
If I'm doing the math right.
Yeah. So,
You could spend 5 days.
and I guess we would assume, I don't want to roll back and say we didn't do it. So let's say someone like Avarice, who hasn't done anything so far, is also there. Could potentially be training or something else like that, if you think that makes sense. I leave it up to you guys. I'm not running them. Anyone there?
I'm just letting you guys
Okay.
know.
Yeah.
We got really quiet. Looks like I don't see Grant anymore on my screen.
Yeah, Grant is gone for me as well.
I think maybe he just had to step away for a second.
Okay. So I don't want to unduly influence it. I would be training proficiencies if I could.
Yeah, I think training the new guy on how to operate with the team.
So let's walk through how that would work if someone, say, was going to spend the 5 days here in town training instead of doing, we don't all need to go recruit. I'm doing one thing. Caston says recruiting.
Yeah. You just tell me you're training, and then you tell me what you want to train, and then I would roll to see if there's someone in town who could train you, or you guys could train each other, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hugely complex. You just would have
Sure.
to say, I want to train X.
Right. And so basically look up what is on. So like what's Avaro doing right now, for instance? Does it make sense to do anything with him, or because he's
Avero's
more of an
an
NPC?
NPC, so he basically
Sure.
does his own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It might be a slight difference there in that respect.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Avarice considered an NPC at this point, or is he?
Avarice is considered an NPC at this point. He is a henchman to Grant.
Okay. That's what I was curious, is if you were going to consider Avarice as a potential character if someone came back and we would keep maintaining him as such, or if you're going to want to treat him as an NPC until he's actually active.
He's going to be an NPC until someone is playing him.
Okay. So at this point, that'll be up to Newton or Grant, and right now we don't have either of them audible, so maybe it would be okay if we came back to that at some point if the opportunity presents.
Yeah.
We can retroactively
Okay.
do that. We don't need to.
Yeah, I don't want to hold it up anymore.
I think
I just want to know how it worked. So
Yeah.
thanks for going through that.
Alex, I think can we do like a total of 3 days of recruiting and
Yeah, of course.
yeah.
And 5 days.
Sean, are you wanting to leave early? I mean, why would you not want to just do 5 days?
Well, if we spent a day getting here, if we do 3 days here, that's 4. It'll take us 5 to get back.
No, it takes 1 to get back.
No, I mean like we'll get back on day 5.
Oh, sure. Yep.
And then it gives us another day in Turos Tem, I guess. And we could try to recruit if we don't find anybody else here, I think let's see what we can find, and if not, then I guess we'll go back and we could try to get 1 day of recruiting in at Turos Tem not in the fort, but in the town.
Yep.
I feel like I can only offer out of character advice because since I'm not there, but from my understanding the rules correctly, Alex rolled to see what the availability is in the market, and it takes a week to find it. Is that what you said? Or to find the first iteration of it?
The first half, yeah, that's correct.
So if it feels like it's drying up, then maybe I don't know. But of course, you wouldn't be there a week fully anyway, so you may not come across it until you do the 5 days. I don't know if I'm understanding the mechanics, repeating them back correctly or not. But
yeah, if you're there for 5 days out of 7, then you have about an 80% chance of finding all the ones that are there. I'm rolling randomly each day. Okay, we'll advance to the next day. So it is now the 24th. You guys continue to carouse. Also, don't forget that during this time period, you need to be paying for some housing. So let's see
Out of curiosity, am I having any dreams about temples or anything like that while I'm in Turos Tem?
Oh, I was going to come back to that. So I'll come back to you, Jonathan.
All right.
Yeah.
What are we doing with Raymond while Newton is in limbo?
Oh, what are you guys doing with Raymond while Newton's in limbo?
With you guys.
I thought that Raymond and Higlak were training with the new recruit.
Okay, yeah, I don't know. I guess
they're
I don't know
training.
if we said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're training. It's fine. Okay. So
Oh, that's good.
Let's see. So the
Alex, I'm keeping a running total inside my equipment list for what we're doing. So yeah. So I figured. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
it will be four. It'll be 4 gold pieces for lodging for you guys during the week, and another 1 silver piece a day per person for food. So that's 6 silver pieces times 7. So it's going to be a total of 8 gold pieces by the end of the week, Sean.
Okay. Got it.
All right, that'll cover food and lodging for you guys. All right, so it's late morning, and looks like one of the tavern girls is coming off shift. She's a attractive redhead with a fairly good stance, although as she comes a little closer, you see that her otherwise excellent good looks are a bit marred by pox scars, as if when she was younger she had the pox. But she comes over and she says, "Did I hear rightly that you're recruiting for manservants and henchmen and so on?"
We are for a dangerous journey to the V Aspen.
Well, my line of work's pretty dangerous as it is. I don't know how much more dangerous forest travel is. Do you need a cook?
What else can you do?
Keep your bed warm at night.
What other experience? What other things can you contribute to the group?
I'm pretty good with dice and cards.
I do think we could use a cook, could we not?
So a cook and a gambler.
Yeah, so she's a 0 level thief.
Okay. What weapons can you use?
Well, one time I stabbed my ex-boyfriend with a knife, so I guess daggers.
So Higlak, we've got a female tavern girl, gambler, and cook that wants to join.
Okay. Say that again.
Tavern girl, gambler, and cook.
Those are the nice ex-boyfriends.
This is one person. She's the tavern girl, and she's good at gambling and cooking.
Okay. Can she heal?
She says, well, I mean, I've been known to heal a broken heart or two in my time.
Are you proficient with a weapon?
Well, it's like I was telling your friend. I one time stabbed up my ex-boyfriend real good.
Out of character. I'm assuming that she's a level 0.
Yeah, she's a level 0 thief. Yeah.
Okay.
Which you said thief?
Yeah, she would develop into a thief if she leveled up.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
or bard, possibly, depending, what sort of training and experiences she had. She's obviously not going to level up into fighter, but she might level up into something useful.
if she's cheap.
Yeah.
Well, it depends who you ask, really.
Okay. I said, how much do you ask for?
And the lumberjack says, "I'm getting 4 silvers a day." She says, "Oh, that sounds good. 4 silvers a day." Oh, and if I help you get like a dragon horde or something, I get some of that, right? I hear you can get rich really fast as an adventurer.
You can if you can survive, but you're not carrying an axe like that. I'd like to. I'm going to offer you 3 silvers per day.
Oof. Okay. Well, roll to see if she accepts.
I think he's being generous.
All right. She says, I feel like I can make that just staying here. Yeah. All right. Well, if you change your mind and you ain't going to find a better cook in this tavern, let me tell you. So she trots off and says, "Hey, handsome," to another legionary who's off duty. Okay. So on the next day, the 25th, let's see what happens. Oh, I don't know why I rolled 1d1, 1d200. That's ridiculous. Okay. So you guys are, continuing to troll the town on the 25th, and a figure approaches you. He is wearing laminated linen armor. He has a black shield painted with a gold winged sun. He has a gladius at his side. And he comes up and he says, "Are you the Grey Brotherhood that is soliciting men of valor and purpose for adventure?"
We are.
He says, "Well met then. I'm Harris Megaravakos. I am interested."
Tell us, Harris, what are your skills? What do you bring to the team?
He says, "I am a sworn servant of the Winged Sun. Some call me a paladin, but I take a more modest term of just a servant."
How adept are you at fighting, adventuring?
I know my way around a blade. I've killed an orc or 2, but not 3.
Well,
Let me ask a more pertinent question. Do you worship the faith of the Winged Sun? Are you in the service of the Imperial gods? And will we be bringing law to chaos?
Yes, we will.
I can assume that Raymond is going yes, because I think he's there.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah.
All right, so does someone want to try and recruit Harris Megaravakos?
I say yes.
So, Castinus goes for it? Okay. Castinus gets an 11. Very good. Okay. So, he says, "Castinus, you seem to be a man of noble mien and demeanor, and I would enter your service, but I would expect 25 gold pieces a month and a half share of the treasure."
25.
About 8 silvers a day, twice as much as the 0 level levels.
But he's a level 1.
You assume so. Yeah.
Where he talks a good talk.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to pause for just a moment and say, okay, I see that you have a blade. I see that you have a shield. Let us see what you can do with your blade. Demonstrate your skill.
Yeah, spar first, and then we'll decide the rate.
He says, "Very well. Who am I to spar with?"
You can spar with me.
Okay. So you guys are going to spar together non-lethal combat?
Non-lethal combat.
Right. very exciting. Okay. So let's roll initiative. So we'll just do it manually because.
Okay.
All right, so I've gotten a 5. Roll your initiative.
Uh-oh. I'm looking for it. Ah, got it. I think. Does not want to.
Just roll 1d6, dude.
Okay. You got it.
Okay, so he beats you on the draw, and with actually, unless you have a let's take a look here, Higlak. Nope, you don't have a dex bonus. Okay, so he beats you on the draw and makes an attack with the flat of a sword. Okay, so he gets a 16, which is sufficient for him to hit AC 6, which is enough to hit you, Higlak.
Indeed.
And he does. Oops. He does 4 points of non-lethal damage to you. So he definitely is effective enough to get a strike on you and deal some damage.
Okay. I look at him and said, "Good work."
He puts his blade
Okay.
down and sheaths it.
And I look at Castinus and give him a stout nod.
Yep.
Okay. So you're going to hire him. You've made the roll.
Yep. Okay. That's his rate.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Wonderful. I'm moving him over to your control now. Slowly. I don't understand why sometimes it scrolls up and sometimes it does not. It's very strange. All right. Well, for whatever reason, he does not want to scroll into a new. Oh, okay. Maybe that's how I can do it. Okay. There we go. Okay. So Harris Megarobrokos has now been put in. So Castinus, you also recruited him. So he is now there for you.
He's a healer. Well, he's
It's not a healer.
he doesn't have normal healing, but he has. Oh, never mind. He has laying on hands. Is what I saw.
Yeah, he has laying on hands. That's correct. Unknown reasons. His combat stats are not updating, and I don't know why. All right, well, I'll figure it out later. Okay, so on the 25th. So on the 25th, let's see who comes by to join your team. All right, on the 25th. You are your sojourn of talking to useless wastrels and vagabonds who add no value is interrupted by the arrival of a gaunt, careworn man who looks to be, gosh, probably in his 50s, and he's olive-skinned, bald, has thin lips. And he seems to have a little bit of spatter of blood stain around the lips and on his teeth. He has an unpleasant cough, and he comes up and he says, "Are you the Grey Brotherhood?"
We are. Well met.
Well, Medish. I am Zopyros, called the Undying. I hear you are recruiting, and that there's a wizard in your number that might be in need of an apprentice.
What are your abilities? What are your skills? What can you bring?
Well, I learned the rudiments of alchemy from a hedge wizard in my native village. I'd hoped to become an apprentice at the Tower of Knowledge, but no one would have me due to my chronic ill health. He takes out a handkerchief and coughs into it, and you see blood on it.
How long have you been this sickly?
Oh, all my life. That's why they call me the Undying. They keep waiting for it to happen, and it hasn't yet.
What is it, my man?
I don't know, some sort of consumption of the lungs. Or I rolled really badly on con. One of the two.
How old are you?
The elderly guy looks at you and he says, "I'm 25.
I see. It is indeed consuming you, is it not?
Yes.
So, I would proceed to ask him some simple questions that anyone who has gone through some practice with alchemy would know, based on the fact that I have some alchemy ability myself at level 2. So I just want to feel him out and see if he actually knows anything.
You have alchemy?
Yes.
Yes, he actually does. He is an alchemist at your level. He has 2 ranks of alchemy proficiency.
It's so good to meet someone who understands the art of brewing.
He's delighted when he discovers that you're also an alchemist. And
yes.
He says, What sort of spellcaster are you?"
I am an air elementalist.
Ooh.
My specialty is the thunderclap, but you have to use it with caution.
Well, I don't know much about air magic, but if I eat too much wheat, I get flatulence. So I have some connection to the aerial powers.
I appreciate your honesty, and we will have to see that we don't contribute that to your diet.
Yeah, it also happens from barley and pork.
Discretion.
Honestly, I just have a lot of indigestion.
I see. So you leave. You don't really leave an area with no trace then.
Well, I mean, I do clean up after myself. I'm not a barbarian. He looks over at the barbarian.
See. So what is your favorite ooze?
My favorite ooze?
Yes, when we are extracting components from oozes, what have you found the most fruitful?
Oh, well, I mean, I was taught that yellow mold is the most valuable, the mustard mold. Mm-hmm. It has spores that can kill. But
that it does. I'm looking forward to getting more hands-on with some of these now that I've left the tower and I'm out in the field.
Okay, cool.
So,
do you want to hire him?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
I would certainly love. So, would you be willing to assist me in my studies as well as some of the exploring we're going to be doing and harvesting along the way, for instance? I could certainly use some assistance.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
I'm happy to assist.
Welcome to our adventuring group.
Well, wait. We gotta talk pay.
Pay, yes. A man such as yourself, you don't look like you have very demanding needs.
I'm not quite sure how to take that, frankly. What are you offering?
Well, these other fine individuals here have settled for a range beginning with 3 silver.
The lumberjack says, I'm getting 4 silver.
Now, this is a private matter, and you're not a wizard. You're a lumberjack. You're trained with heavy weaponry.
So you're going
This
to pay
man
the
here-
wizard, you're going to pay this guy more than me?
I'm not saying that at all. This man is clearly on the edge of death.
I'm not on the edge of death. I have
You may only have
Yes.
1 lung left at this point. By tomorrow, you may have nothing.
consumption. Well, all the more reason I need to earn money while I can. Healthcare expenses.
It's money down the toilet, along with the rest of that, with the rest of the wheat and pork.
I'll make an offer.
How does 6 silver sound to you?
Okay, roll 2 die 6. Is that 6 silver a day? Really?
What are we doing with everyone else? Was it 4 silver a day?
It's 4 silver a day for the 0 levels and
Right.
8 silver a day for the first level.
Yeah, so that's what I'm offering then.
4?
6 silver a day.
6 silver. So midway between the two. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a roll.
2d6.
2d6.
Best roll.
He says, I'll do it on one condition. After I've studied enough with you, I want access to the grimoire so that I can begin to learn to cast spells. I have ambitions of being more than just an alchemist.
Yes, well, prove yourself, and that is certainly within measure.
All right, then I'm your man. So Turos the Undying at your service.
I certainly hope you hold up to that legend. We need a few more undying members of our party.
Okay. All right, so I've added him to your list of characters you can see. So he has a lovely constitution of 5 and 1 hit point.
I like his character image crawling on the ground. Looks like.
Right? I know. It's so good. Okay, so
I've been looking forward to seeing his con.
yeah, no one shows up on the 26th. You have Jonathan will be better on the 28th, so you have one more day to stay and recruit if you want to see if anyone shows up that day.
Might as well. We could really use a healer or an archer.
This poor gentleman should be paying us to protect him, we should not be having to pay him.
There's that.
The 0 levels are so funny as henchmen. Okay, so there's kind of a hustle and commotion, and a man comes bounding into the tavern on the 27th, and he kind of looks around. He looks to be a Jutlander. He's of the same race as Higlak. He's quite tall, has long blonde hair that's been sort of hastily cut, and he's got a large butcher's knife hanging from his belt, and a smaller chef's knife on the other side of it. And he says, I'm Ulfric Ulfson. I'm looking for the Grey Brotherhood.
You
That is
found
nice.
them.
Excellent. I've come to offer my services. I'm a Jutlander like you. He looks at Higlak.
I nod and say, "Great. What can you do?"
I'm a butcher by training. Good with a knife, good with a blade. We're leaving right away, right?
Why? Do you have a need to depart quickly?
No reason. Just eager for adventure.
But what's he equipped with? You said just a knife?
He's got padded armor and a knife, yeah. And a dagger. Yeah.
Tell us what other besides butchery, what else can you do for the group?
Oh, well, I can carry heavy things, hold torches, he's a big guy, so he's about 6'3" and quite well muscled. He says, some people say I'm intimidating. I don't know if you ever need muscle in your line of work. Smash some faces in. It's all the same to me. It's just meat,
Okay.
Excuse me, I need to use the latrine. And he runs into the back of the tavern. A member of the Legion comes into the tavern, looks around, walks back out of the tavern. A few minutes pass. Ulfric comes back from the latrine. Right, so you'll have me, yeah?
Do you have any references? Do you have anyone to vouch for your skills?
No, sadly, I'm a stranger to these lands. I had to leave Jutland hastily. And, haven't found a reference here yet.
I look at him, one Jutlander to another. Why are you really here? Be honest with me.
He looks kind of downcast and he says, well, there was a girl in Jutland and her family didn't take kindly to, our friendship. They didn't really see it as a friendship. And so I, hopped a ship to the Empire, but turns out they wanted payment, so I had to head south to, to find gold to pay my debts. Gold's hard to come by when you're a foreigner in a strange land. That's all I'm saying. But I just, I've had a run of bad luck. But I'm telling you, I'm your man. They're low level. I mean, only desperate people want to be low level adventurers. So,
as Higlak, a low level adventurer, well knows. I look over at Castinus and I give him a nod, but also give him a hand signal, basically saying, "Let's not pay him much."
Okay. 3 silver pieces per day.
Go down.
Okay.
Go down.
Give me a recruitment roll. He shoots a nasty look over at the lumberjack, and he says, "You told me they were paying 4 silver a day. That's bullshit. Never mind. Didn't want to work for you anyway." He storms off. All right.
I look at him and I say, "Fine, 2 silver a day, and we won't tell the town guard that where you are."
He says, "Screw you. You don't even have a Jutland accent."
Oh. At that point, I stand up.
Oh, you stand up? He turns back and he's like, "You want some of this?"
Are you saying I'm not a Jutlander?
You don't smell like a Jutlander. You smell like these Aran pussies.
Oh man, you're making this too easy. Out of my respect for this fine establishment, we're not going to fight here, but if you'll step outside, we'll see whether or not you're worth even 1 silver a day.
You see Jenna Vale, the tavern worker and gambler who tried to join you earlier, has surreptitiously moved, and she shuts the door to the tavern, and then she says, 2 silvers on Higlac!
I'll take that action.
And the tavern keeper says, no way, Jenna, look at the size of that guy. I'll match you on the butcher. She says, it's on then. All right, so Ulfric says, well, I guess we're doing this then. Crix is back.
1 gold on Higlac.
Gold! Innkeeper says, well, to hell with it. In for a silver, in for a gold. I'll match. Gold on Ulfric. Ulfric says, I won't disappoint you. And he draws his butcher's blade and knife.
Okay. I assume we're rolling D6 for initiative.
Roll D6 for initiative. Oh, I don't know whose was whose. That's hilarious. We rolled at the same time. Go ahead and roll.
Someone has red dice.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Whoever has red dice is.
I think that's me. We'll find out real quickly.
I think Alex's dice is always in black. Yeah.
Hey.
You confirmed it.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
So it is tied. So then in the event of tie, it goes to the group which has the smaller side, but it is a 1-on-1 fight. So then it goes to, let's see. It's the sides have equal number of troops than the side run by the judge. ACKS before. Okay, so he gets to go first. All right, so he attacks you.
Go.
He hits. Okay. And
He kills me.
Well, you have 8 hit points?
Well, other than the non-lethal hit points from earlier. But
Those
that
were
was a couple
those were
days ago.
Yeah, those were days ago.
So 8 hit points.
So it drops you to 0?
Yep.
Okay. So you are dropped to 0, and he turns, and he spits on your body, and walks away. And the innkeeper motions at you, Tyrenius, to come over with a gold.
Well, this was quick. All right.
All right, so someone can check out Higlac. He's only at 0 hit points, so he's probably not dead.
Probably Raymond should.
Okay, so Raymond the cleric goes over and looks at him. So he has just been stabbed, so that's a penetrating wound.
And Raymond use a healing thing? His healing
He
ability?
uses healing spell, that's correct. So he uses a healing spell, that brings it +1. You get +4 for your hit dice, so that's +5. Creature's hit points are exactly 0, that makes it +10. Healed within 1 round of injury, +12. Okay, so Grant, you're rolling a d20 +12.
D20 plus 12.
Fuck.
Savage.
Savage. All right, so let's see what has happened. All right, give me a d6. Four.
Indeed.
That's brutal. Okay. So, I can't believe you rolled a 2, man. That's brutal. All right, so Higlac, unfortunately, in the fighting, he that's actually it would be slashing because it was butcher's. He was using a butcher's blade, so I need to go to slashing. Yeah. So unfortunately, Higlak, when he brought his blade down, he hit your fingers and your left hand. You've lost all your fingers. It's just bloody stumps.
Does that pretty much mean that I can't use a two-handed weapon?
It does. You cannot use two-handed weapons, which is unfortunate because your main weapon is a great axe.
Yes.
So now there are ways to heal this. It just costs a lot of money.
Right.
More than we have.
Well, that was
really bad. If we're getting rocked by runaway butchers, I mean,
yeah. Okay.
I mean, he rolled an 18 followed by a 6, on a 6 initiative. Like, that's just really bad luck. And then Grant rolled a 2. He needed to roll a 6 or higher. He would have been fine.
It was a 6 or higher on a D6?
On a 20, D20.
20.
Oh, on the D20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, a 3 or higher, you'd have been fine.
Yeah.
Because you were at plus 12. So it's just a bad situation.
Ron just texted he got kicked and he's trying to get back in.
Okay. All right.
Oof.
Oh my God. All right. Yay. Oh, just out of curiosity, what's the over under on healing that particular wound?
What do you mean?
Cost wise?
To get it healed?
Yeah.
It is so that you would need a 4th level repair disability spell. So you'd have you'd probably have to go. Well, Priestess Jenilyn actually could probably cast it for you. It would be, let's see,
What happened?
325 gold pieces.
Jesus.
Oh, you missed it, Sean?
So Higlak got pissed off and challenged the other guy to a duel. And Ulfric won the initiative roll, rolled an 18, then rolled max damage, and dropped Higlak to 0 hit points. Higlak then needed to roll a 3 or higher and a d20 to avoid a really nasty permanent wound, and rolled a 2 on a d20 and lost his hand. So
This was a stump, right?
it could have gone better, and he has most of his hand. He just doesn't have the fingers anymore.
Is it on the same side as the missing ear?
It is on the same side as the missing ear, yes, which was also his left ear was missing.
Oh gosh!
And he also now needs a week of bed rest before he can fight again.
Oh no! And we can't do that because we have a week to get back to the other guy.
Well,
oh my goodness!
You'll just owe him 450 instead of 300.
Yeah.
Grant looks just in shock. It's so funny.
When I named this game in my calendar to make sure that, I'm communicating with the wife and she knows when I'm gaming, I named it Alex's Brutal Death. No, I'm sorry. Horrible Death. And, it's living up to that.
Well, the truth of ACKS is that it's actually much worse than that, because you don't generally die. Instead, you get horribly mangled and then slowly bleed out as your friends aren't able to get you rescued, or you end up retired with no limbs or things like that. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so he should be known as Higlak Half Hand. Yes! Okay.
I'm updating the name right now.
All right. So,
whoever said that is pretty awesome.
Your paladin comes over to you, Higlak, because you recruited the paladin, right?
Yes, we did.
Was it you who recruited him? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he comes over to you and he says, "It was nobly fought to stand up for your honor. I think that one must have the blessing of some dark gods to have gotten off such a blow. But rest assured, We will eventually make him pay.
So did the guy escape?
He left. He took his gold piece and left. You guys want to go after him?
I'm not going after anybody.
You're like, I'm not going after anybody. Fuck. This really hurts.
He might have a reward on him since he seemed to be trying to dodge the Legionnaires.
That's what I'm thinking.
Well, it's up to you.
Let's go after him.
Let's go after him.
Okay. So, you guys.
I'm readying my spell. When we
so
see him, I'm gonna
go outside the tavern, and you see him just hustling down an alleyway to the left of the tavern.
Okay, I'm going to cast Slumber on him.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens to him. He is blessed by evil gods. And he okay, so let's see. So you tried to cast a spell on him, and he says, "Don't try and evil eye me," and chucks a dagger at you. Okay, his dagger misses, and he says, "Oh, you must have magic protection," and he's going to try and run away. Do you want to roll initiative, pursue, or what do you guys want to do?
Yeah.
All right, roll initiative to pursue. Wow, I'm a stud. 6 again.
Can you also roll initiative for all the NPCs who are with all the henchmen?
Yeah, you should roll for them as well. Just maybe when you roll, say who you're rolling for. By putting it after the text. So like / roll 1d6 and then blah, blah, blah. Oh, doesn't actually work. I thought it did. Oh, you have to do it on the next line. Nope, that doesn't work either. Okay. All right, well, someone got a 2. Who got a 2?
That was me, Castinus.
Yeah, Castinus 2. Okay. Grant, roll for Haraeus Megararchos. Okay. Grant got a 3. Tyrannius got a 5. Okay. So he rolled a 6. So on 6, he ducks around the corner of the alleyway, and you hear the sound of him, basically pushing through waste, and seems like he's trying to run away from you guys. 5 goes to Tyrannius. What are you doing?
I guess I'm running down the alley after him with the intent of throwing a dagger if I can get around the corner.
All right. So you go running around the corner. You see him at the end of the alleyway. Make your throw. Roll d20.
Is that darts?
You could use darts. Yeah. You could use darts. Oh, you hit. Oh, nice. Okay, 3 points of damage. Okay, so he looks back, and as he does, the dart slices into his shoulder and leaves a gory, bloody wound there. And he goes like, "Ah!" And now he's furious. So he's got his butcher's blade in hand, and he's turned around. Okay, 4, 3. So 3 was, I believe, Harris Megarabikos, the paladin. What do you want to do?
I'm going to go. Let's see. I'm look at his weapons. He's going to charge in and attack with his short sword.
Okay, you get +2 for the charge. So roll d20 +2, or you can actually use the attack with short sword button. That's not an issue.
Yeah, I was just about to do that one. And it's a +2.
+2 from charge. Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God.
Miss. Okay. All right. Unfortunately, he ducks aside, and Haraeus Megarabikos is more than ever certain this man has evil magic or the favor of black gods protecting him. Okay, Castinus, you're up.
I'm going to try to run basically run around the building and try to cut him off from the other side.
Oh, that's smart.
Short sword drawn.
So you take a full round action to run around the building, and you are now
Yep.
on the other side of the alleyway. You are behind him, and he
Yep.
he hears you coming, looks back. Now he looks nervous. Let's roll d6 for initiative for the next round. Oh, actually, we have to do for Raymond and Los Balas. Actually,
I bring the
Also
woodcutter
Alvaro,
with
right?
me.
Yeah, where's Alvaro right now?
where is Alvaro? Is he with you? Let's see.
Everybody rolled 3s.
Okay, so so those 3 are also available. What do you want Alvaro to do?
Engage him or protect me.
Yeah, he probably protects Tyrannius.
Okay, so Alvaro moves up and uses a defend action to protect Tyrannius. And then what do you want your lumberjack to do?
I want him to follow me.
Okay, so he's with you. Okay, got it. So okay. And let's roll for me. Oh. All right. So we got Raymond, Alvaro, and Harris. Harris is right there because he attacked him. So okay. All right. He is going to attack Harris. Harris Megarbakos. Shit.
Jesus.
Wow. All right. Harris takes 5 points of damage from the butcher's blow as he hacks through his linen armor. And you'll never take me alive, he shouts.
I should have hired this guy. Jesus.
Yeah,
I really don't understand how this guy has gotten so damn lucky.
Yep. Okay, so who's up
The
at
Cursed
4?
Brotherhood, not the Grey Brotherhood.
Yeah. Someone up at 4. I saw Tyrannius. 3.
Yep.
You guys are up. He's active, so whoever wants to go.
All right, I'm going to throw another dart at him. I'm going to back up away and throw a dart.
Okay, you cannot throw a dart at him because they're in melee and you'd risk hitting your friends.
Then I guess I'm just going to back away.
Okay, you back away. Okay. Castinus?
Can attempt a knockdown.
Yeah, you can come at him and attempt to knock down. So you have +2 to hit because you're coming in from behind, -4 for the attempted special maneuver.
It's D20.
Yep, the D20 -2. Okay, so that goes to 16, then -4 for the special 12. So that is AC 2, which is what he has from padded armor. Okay, so he needs to make a save to see if he gets knocked down. Okay, and also roll D6 for damage for me. Nice. Okay, so Castinus comes in and with a swing of his sword into the guy's thigh, cuts him and he screams, and then you shove him with a twist and he falls down to the floor. He's now got 2 bloody wounds on him. Heraeus, Megara.
All right. Yep, he's gonna. This whole, dude with the butcher's getting. He's gonna get fucked up.
Okay. Oh, he is.
He
Okay.
is.
Yep. All right. So Heraeus plunges his blade into the man's belly, and he gurgles once and goes and dies. Okay. At this point, the city watch is comes hustling over. The town, actually not really city, but the town legionary that's on duty, and he says, "What's the meaning of this? Murder in the streets."
I'll let Cassinus take this one.
At which point, Jenna Vale steps out and she says, "Oh, Legionary Roland, this terrible blonde man just cut off the hand of a friend of theirs inside. They were trying to apprehend him." And she says, "You should be rewarding these heroes who've offered to have me join their band, in fact." And he says, "Is this true?"
Yes. Yes, it is.
"Well, any friend of Jenna's is a friend of mine, of course. Seems you've done good work here. There was a small reward for this man to be apprehended." He hands you 5 gold pieces.
Okay. Well, and now we've got another.
He goes to leave, and Jenna holds her hand out.
Three of the gold.
She deposits them, and she says, "I told you I'm really useful."
Okay. Get your things. Coming with us.
Okay. She's like, "Well, I don't have any things."
Then it'll be very easy.
All right. Well, this was a comedy of errors.
What's her rate per day?
She wants 4 silvers a day. All right. So I'll give you guys Jenna here in a second. And
yeah, we just paid it.
Yeah, you've just prepaid her for quite a while. Where did she go? There she is. Okay. All right, there's Jenna Vale for you. So Jenna has Charisma 14, Intelligence 12, Dex 13, but only Con 6. All right, and so we just hit midnight, so that's a good stopping point for this calamitous session.
Odd. Yeah.
So I guess you'll have to delay your departure for another week to let Higlak recover. Or the alternative would be you could try and borrow more money and try and get Higlak healed by the priestess, or try and cut a deal with the priestess if you guys would like.
Okay.
Well, we have to travel back to Turos Tem.
Yeah, we'll travel you back to Turos Tem. You get back on the 27th.
Maybe Raymond could do some services.
What happened to you? Oh my goodness.
Gwynfor's feeling great. Higlak, like he's literally leaving the hospital room, and Priestess Jetalyn brings Higlak into the same room. There.
Oh my goodness.
So she comes to see you, and she says, "The wound to his hand is beyond my ability to heal without magic. But if you're willing to make a donation to the temple of 325 gold pieces, I can call upon the power of Meteora to do so."
Out of curiosity, how much is a shield?
10.
10 gold?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That might be cheaper to strap a shield to my arm and let me use a hand axe, which I already have.
Yeah, you could totally do that and just wait until you get money or something if you want.
I mean, it's not like we aren't already in the hole.
Is there a time limit on the healing of Higlak's hand?
No.
Raymond, would it be possible for you to assist in the healing duties of the temple to bring that rate down?
Raymond says, I mean, I could, but it would take 10 months of work to pay for that.
Wow.
That's not a fair trade.
Yeah, high-level magic is expensive.
Yeah, I mean, this is really bad because, well, obvious reasons. But, out of character, we owe so much money, and all this money is going to go, we're going to be stuck at level 1 forever.
Calamitous.
So far in the hole.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're negative 300 GP in the hole right now. That's right. On the bright side, you have a more powerful group now.
Yeah. Grant, I think you're just going to have to shield and hand axe it for a little while.
Yeah, that seems to be a better choice until such time that we can afford to have Higlak's hand
All right. So
unhalved.
Sean, why don't you mark off the 10 gold for the purchase of the shield for him?
Yep. If we're gonna, and there's some other purchases I think we need to do here if we're gonna do
why
that.
don't we do those purchases and then we can wrap up for the night?
Okay.
so did you say I had some dreams?
I
Oh
did.
yeah. Oh, do that.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. So, so you took an injury in the buried temple that was quite severe, and have been sort of laying in and out of fevered dreams and trying to avoid infection from the puncture wound. And every time you close your eyes and you go to sleep, you have the same dream. It's very vivid, and in your dream, what you see is a heart. It's a beating heart as large as a man's fist. And it seems to be floating in a pit of eternal darkness. And it beats and it beats. And it's like, as the dream goes on, you get closer and closer and closer to the heart. And it seems to take up more and more and more of your vision. And the beating gets louder and louder and louder. And then just as you touch it, there's a moment when it's not a heart at all, but it's a stone or a gem. And you see channels of blood everywhere, and then you awaken.
All right.
And when you awaken, you have a sense that you should travel to the northwest.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
All right.
Sean, what did you want to buy?
So we need at least one short bow with arrows.
Okay.
And let's see. Those are if it's a class, I think we can get two of them. If it's a class,
Yeah, you can get two. No problem.
And I still have an orc crossbow if you want to take it. It does have a -1, but we have it instead of having to spend money on it. And I can't use it.
That's
Can I
right.
try to sell that?
Yeah, you could sell the orc crossbow. So it is worth. So you are able to sell it for 15 gold.
Okay.
That's my curiosity. Does that become 15 experience split between all of us for all these sessions we've played so far? Because it's profit?
No, because it wasn't. He used it as a.
Yeah, he used it.
So
Oh, okay. That would have been funny, though. I mean,
it would have been.
I think we're still at 0 XP.
You guys got a teeny little bit for some kills, which I haven't allocated out yet because it's less than 5 per person. So
I was just amused by the idea.
it is. I know it's grim. It's grim. Okay. So, Sean, you said you wanted to get 2 short bows.
Yeah, 2 short bows and two quivers of arrows.
Okay, that's 8 gold pieces. No problem.
Yep.
And who is carrying those?
Okay, so one is going to go to Avro.
Okay.
And what about one for Pyro? Do you think can Pyros use one?
Pyros?
Yeah.
No, I've got no skill in such things.
Okay.
And Jenna Vale use it? And she's got pretty good decks, and she's maybe not. I don't know. I can't.
Jenna says, I haven't been trained in it, but I'm certainly happy to try. So she can fight with it non-proficiently, but, she'll eventually, she has good decks, so she wouldn't be bad.
Okay.
What's the penalty for non-proficient?
So she'll attack. She'll need a 12 or higher to hit AC 0.
Okay, so yeah, one for Avro, one for Jenna.
Okay.
Does Gwynfor, you've got a bow?
We've already got one. Yeah.
Yeah. Avarice has one too. I have a crossbow. Okay, then Alex, for military oil, let's see how many. Let me get while I'm doing the calculations. How many?
You're in a class 5 town, which for you counts as class 4 because you're a venturer.
Okay. And at two gold pieces per.
Yes.
I don't remember what the maximum is for that.
Let's see. So the equipment, we checked the equipment availability chart. It's 2 gold pieces each, class 4. So you can purchase up to 5 flasks of burning oil.
Then we'll take 5 of those.
Okay. Yep. Who's going to take those?
Okay. I use 1, so I'm going to take 1.
Replace the one you took. Okay.
Yep. And then I think we'll spread them, one with Avro, one with Jenna, one with Woodsman, and one with Pyros.
Okay. Pyros says, I'm familiar.
How about that die roll there?
I'm familiar with setting things aflame. Pyros. Okay.
Nice.
All right.
We also need rations.
Yeah.
Yes. You will need another week of iron ration. You guys. Oh no, you've only used 1, 2. No, you did because you traveled. It took you so long to travel back. Yeah, so you guys all need to purchase new rations. Yeah. So that'll be another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gold. All right, who was the other person getting military oil? Jenna, Zopiros, Avro, who else?
Jenna, Zopiros, Avro, Lucius, or Lesbos.
Luzbalis, yes.
Luzbalis, and then myself.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm suggesting that everyone have a pair of earplugs. So I think it might be handy in certain circumstances.
Since you have a big thunderclap.
Yes. So I'm purchasing at least 10 pair of earplugs.
Okay, that's no problem. That's.
I think we need to outfit everyone with a set, right?
Yep. Okay.
What was the total?
1 gold piece.
Okay.
Yeah, and then everybody's replenished their rations. So we gotta add a.
And then what was that ration total, Alex?
It was 1 gold per character, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. Okay.
Does Higlak want a prosthesis?
I don't know that would help.
He can just use a shield. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I mean, make you feel better when you're sitting at the tavern.
Oh no! I mean, now I've earned an awesome, nickname, Higlak Half Hand.
That's true.
Yeah. At some point, I want to get it healed. But hey, at the very least, my AC went up.
He says, Luzbalis says, hey, and if you lose your leg, then you'll have a matching set. We can just call you Higlak Half.
Half black.
Half black.
He says, I
Okay.
shouldn't joke. It's just, I've seen a lot of friends lose their hands. It kind of goes with the line of work, lumberjacking, you know. Happens a lot.
Yeah.
You know how it is.
Backpack and large sack for Jenna.
Oh, okay. All right. Mark those off. Get her that. Large sack.
And I want to say,
So the people that have oil, you probably need to get them flint tinder boxes so that they can actually light the stuff.
okay,
So that's 8 silver pieces each, and you need 4 of those. So that'll be 3.2 gold pieces.
3.2.
Does Jenna need dice?
She says, I mean, I would love dice. The question is whether you want me to have dice. And she grins wickedly.
Okay.
Oh, I definitely think we want her to have dice because she's our money maker.
That's what I'm thinking. Let's pick up a set of dice for her.
Okay, set of dice. All right. Awesome. She's excited.
Yeah, seriously, she can be a moneymaker, can't she? Because she's got the gambling skill.
Yeah. So she, when you take her, she sits down and there's a little vendor who sells dice in the market for the gamblers in town. And so she sits there and you just watch as she just like rolls the die over and over and over and over and over again until finally she finds one that she likes. All right. So
I think we for Heraus, is that
Haraeus.
Haraeus? He needs a backpack and a large sack.
Okay. No problem.
Gotta make sure we can get the loot out once we actually get some.
Exactly. You know, I don't want.
Avro could use a backpack as well if you're buying them.
Yes. Okay. So I'm gonna go with.
So that was 1, 2, 3 backpacks.
Yep.
So that's still their 6 gold. Okay. All right. So Avro is now well equipped.
I'll buy a blank grimoire in anticipation of training in my protege.
Oh, nice. Cool. Okay, that costs 20, I believe.
Oof.
Yeah. What? There's 20.
20 for the
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Can we spare it?
Yeah, you have the money.
Well,
Yeah.
let's let Cassinus, who's keeping track, say
That'll be
we
all
got the money.
That'll be all my money, and I don't want to spend it all out of my own pocket. But we could always wait and see if we come back with from our next adventure.
Yeah. Let's see if we can we give him a blank book.
That is a blank book.
Oh, that is
Books are
a
expensive.
blank.
Yeah. Knowing that, I will change my mind.
Okay. So just gonna hold for now.
I will hold.
You are counting all the party gold too, in addition to the loan, right, Sean?
What's that?
You have all the party gold included in there too.
Yeah, I've just been putting it in under in my new item category, which is not where it's supposed to go, but I think there's another place where it should go, right?
Oh,
I was just making sure that you had all my stuff.
as long as you're tracking it somewhere, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So I've been updating the NPCs with the equipment as you purchased it.
Yeah. If you, Alex, if you go into my character, I put the new item, I put gold pieces, and I've tracked everything that we put in there.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was looking. Where do you keep track of money in this?
It doesn't have a good place to keep track of it, so the way Sean is doing it is very good.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I see you only had 150 to begin with because there was the party gold that we had also. I don't remember exactly how much was left. I think probably at least 50, right?
I don't know what, I don't know. I didn't count that. I don't remember what.
Well, the party gold would be whatever's on each of your individual sheets. So Willie has some on his sheet.
Yeah, I think just Willie has some.
Yeah.
I have 19
I have
left.
12.
I guess I can't buy the grimoire anyway.
Yeah, so you have 19 and Jonathan has 12. That's all that you guys
Okay.
have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, 14. Wait. You can't tell what it is. I think it's showing 0, 1, 14. So I'm not sure what that. Oh, it is 14. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So I've got Avro has been equipped with his short bow. He's got a backpack, a quiver, a flask of oil, flint and tinder, and a week's rations. Jenna got a week's rations, and she got short bow and quiver, flint, tinder, backpack, and a large sack.
I 2 and then I think we're gonna buy like 8 bundles of torches.
Oh, that's a good idea. Always good idea to buy more torches. So who are you buying torches for?
Okay, so we'll give 1 bundle to Luzbalis,
Okay.
1 to Jenna, and then and give it to Pyrus.
Okay.
Yeah, the three new.
Yep.
Inspired by Sam Gamgee, should we have some rope?
I have rope.
You have rope? Okay.
Yeah.
Rope is always useful.
Yeah.
Yes. Definitely. All right. Okay. So Jenna's been equipped, and Avro's been equipped. Turos has been equipped. Luzbalis has been equipped, and Haraeus has been equipped. Actually, Haraeus doesn't have a backpack if you want to buy him a backpack.
Yes.
He's grateful to have a backpack. And did you want to give him torches as well?
Yeah, we might as well do 4 bundles of torches and give 1 to him.
All right. So he's got.
He'll probably end up passing him a couple, but
yeah. Did you give him military oil?
Let's see. Me, Pyros, Jenna, Luzbalis, and no, I gave it to Avro.
Yep. Okay, great. I've got everybody updated. The only thing I don't have are the dice and the earplugs, just because I haven't created those items in the item compendium yet. But I'll do that and make sure they're noted.
Should I purchase and add some flint and tinder to myself?
Do you not have any?
I don't see it.
Yeah, you do not. So you should get flint and tinder.
Yeah. Here, and I'll just update that, and Alex, because it's 3.2, so now we're at 4 gold pieces for tinderbox.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, I've got you updated with that stuff now.
Thanks. I see that.
This is heavy. This is not heavy. Oh, that's why it's heavy. Yeah. Because the clothes need to be made heavy so they don't count.
I think one of the last things is, what does the group think about a dog?
A war dog or dog?
Well, I think a war dog is probably going to be too expensive for us, but like a hunting dog, something to soak up a little bit of damage.
Man, I just got done watching Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know if I can watch a whole bunch, role play animals getting, killed in our service.
It is true. It's a horrible thing. There are 10 gold pieces for dogs, 75 gold pieces for hunting, for war dogs.
If you want to, we can, but I don't know that I feel a need. I mean, we're pretty well equipped now, I think. I mean, we got, it looks like about 10 people in our party.
Yeah, I think you have 11.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm okay either way. I like the idea of having a dog or a war dog, but I just want to put out there, what's our style going to be when we approach an obstacle? Is it going to, they're tough to keep quiet when there's evil around.
And it's drawing me to the northwest.
Yes.
Maybe we don't need one right now.
Also, I mean, I'm not sure, but would they be as useful in a temple as outside? I don't know, perhaps, but the dark, I don't know.
Yeah, you guys are not experienced enough adventurers to know. You've never taken a, you don't know.
I'm okay holding off.
Yeah.
Last time around, we didn't exactly rely on stealth, so the dogs may not be a problem.
That is true.
And I scowl at you all.
No stealth approach.
Well, they did have large reptilian chihuahuas, so if we bring a chihuahua of our own.
Oh!
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay. Everybody's happy then?
It works.
The ish. Right,
other than Higlac. Higlac is not happy.
I mean, the only good news is it's my left hand.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, if it's any consolation, you're the first level character that I've ever run for who's managed to suffer a permanent wound from a bar fight.
Right?
So that's pretty legendary.
I'm sure that you'll be regaling folks of this tale, and it will go something along the lines of, yeah, my buddy Grant, he was just dumb. He jumped right into it. And then the dice rolled really, really horribly.
Oh, you weren't, I don't think you were particularly dumb. It was just, I rolled obscenely well for him every single time I touched the dice. I mean, you guys saw all the rolls. I was doing them visibly.
Yeah.
It was just
fabulous.
So,
Alex, I think we need 4 water skins for the new.
Yes, you probably should get water skins for everybody.
Yeah, you mentioned how hot it's been lately.
Yes, that's a good idea.
Arias, Jenna, Luzbalis, and Pyros.
I also need a water skin. I don't have one.
Okay.
Yeah, nor do I.
Okay.
Hang on, let me check.
I must have misplaced mine.
I have a water skin.
Avarice has one.
No, you check Avarice.
Yeah.
It's a magic sustains
Avro
me.
has one. So Gwynfor needs one.
Raymond has one. Yeah, I need one.
Reyes needs one. Higlac does not. He's got one. He's like, technically,
Jenna.
it's a beer skin. Jenna needs
Luzbalis.
one.
So 5.
Looks like 5, yeah. Yep. Okay. We'll add those to their sheets as well.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cool. So you guys are gonna have another week until you can adventure. If you want to take Higlak with you, we can just assume you guys are doing training on various things if you'd like during that time, and give you guys 7 days worth of proficiency training in something, and then
Can I train on? Well,
go ahead, Jonathan.
go ahead. I was saying, can I train on leadership?
Train on leadership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that cost anything, or it probably does?
That's something you could probably train in the fort by, it's like shadowing the subalterns and seeing how they lead troops and things. So, that's fine.
I'd like to train on leadership. Try to offset my horrible charisma.
All right. So Gwynfor is training on leadership. We got Castinus. Higlak is not training because
Yes.
covering. Tyrenius, did you want to use the week to try and gather more herbs, or do you want to train?
Oh,
Is it possible for him to train on like first aid or heat, applying?
Yeah, he could
Basic
train on
healing.
healing. Yeah.
yeah. Then I'll try to gain some skills in healing since I've yeah.
Okay. 7 days of training. Okay, that sounds good. Castinus, how about you?
I think I've just been spending the whole time doing recruiting, purchasing, negotiating, etc.
Recruiting and purchasing, yeah. Okay. Are you remembering to give yourself a 10% discount for being a venturer?
No, that's why I'm glad I just recorded everything. So what we can do is I'll total those, and then I'll just deduct it from the 150.
Yeah, perfect. Because that turns out over a long period of time, that turns out to be really valuable. Between making the market class bigger and then getting the discount, that's an important benefit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then the next session, we can start with you guys en route to the Buried Temple, I suppose, with your new, larger party.
Woohoo.
All right. Well,
All
let's
good.
call it there, guys. Thanks for the session. I'm glad you at least escaped with your lives. That could have gone very badly when the orcs and the kobolds had you on the two sides. So,
Yeah.
all right.
We're in a pretty good spot for next time.
Yeah, good spot. All right.
Finally.
So we'll resume play next session. And good night for now.